Hello, friends. Susan Campfield here. Welcome to my craft room. Come on in, relax, take a deep breath. Let's forget about the uh, trials and tribulations of adulting, and let's relax and have fun today. I posted a meme. Yes. A static post, really. Graphic. Let's go with that. In my Sue Stampfield group about that life is just a series of obstacles keeping us from paper crafting. Because doesn't it feel like that sometimes? So this is our time together. This is our little creative escape. My name is Susan Campfield. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love to craft. I love to create. I love to create with you. I get so many great ideas from your feedback and your votes on what we're using and your inspiration. And it's just a lot more fun when we craft together here on these videos. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry I was a few minutes late tonight. It's been a crazy busy day. So I'm super excited to have a little downtime here with all of you. We have lots of fun things we're going to cover tonight. Once again, I am not just reading the comments here. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm so glad you guys are visiting in the comments. And I want to give a shout out to my moderator, Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer's maybe third video being officially a moderator. So you've all been warm and welcoming to her, and I appreciate that so much. I'm sure she does as well. If you have a question and I'm not seeing your comment, don't hesitate to tag Jennifer, and you can do that by doing the @ symbol and then type Jennifer, and her name should pop up, Jennifer Walsh. So thanks for being here. So good to see people from Atlanta, North Carolina, Connecticut, upstate New York, Kentucky, South Carolina, Wyoming, Manitoba. So good to see everyone here. We usually have some of our Australia friends joining us as well. I don't see any at the moment, but Texas is here. Awesome. And I'm in Minnesota. So welcome everyone. So glad that you're here with me. So we're going to cover a number of different things tonight. I've been very busy working on the Crafternoon tutorials. So those of you that have been signing up for my emails, I'm going to put this right here, my free project sheets, they're coming. I had to focus on our Crafternoon tutorial first, and I have to get our Crafternoon packets out. So that'll be the next 2 days. So project sheets are coming. Give me a little grace on that. I know what I'm going to be making. I just need time to type it up. So thank you for your patience with those. If you're not subscribed to the free project sheets, go ahead and subscribe. Go to SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe. And when you subscribe to the free project sheets, you'll get a welcome email that'll have 3 project sheets in it to get you going, get you some inspiration right out of the chute, right out of the gate. Maybe that's what I want to say. And so, hello from Australia. Yay. How are you? Okay, knit, spin, weave. I bet you're a knitter. So thanks for joining us. Okay, so hey, Renee, your first time here. So glad you're here. Yay. I'm so glad you could jump in and join us. It's we're super casual here. You might be joining me here on YouTube, on my Sue Stampfield YouTube channel. You might be over on Facebook, either on my business page, Susan Campfield, Independent Demonstrator, or you might be in our wonderful paper crafting community, Sue Stampfield. It's our group. Anyone's welcome to join the Sue Stampfield groups. A couple new people joined us today. Hey, guys. And we just have fun. We talk paper crafting, food, everything else, right? So feel free to go to Facebook, do a search for the group called Sue Stampfield, and I will pop you in once you request to join. So yay, so glad everybody is here. So lots to cover. So today, at 4 a.m. last night, I finished the tutorials, and then the blog post went up today. Or was it the blog post? No, the blog post got done at 4 a.m. I don't even remember. It was a blur, but I was not going to go to bed until it was done. So the blog post that has photos of all of the Crafternoon projects from September is up. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about with this whole Crafternoon thing, every month I have an event called the Crafternoon Creative Escape, and it takes place on the 20th of the month. People who placed a order with me in my online store the previous month get a packet in the mail. If their order is $50 or more, they get a packet, and they make the project with me during that video. It is a public video. Anyone is welcome to tune in and join us, and I hope you all do. That will be next week. And so I was a little behind last month. I had some car trouble and other life just got in the way. We went out of town a little bit too. So the Crafternoon tutorials for September just got finished. So not only did the people who ordered get a packet, they also get all of the tutorials. These are very maybe too detailed, very detailed step-by-step photo tutorials. In fact, I got a very kind email today from somebody who just purchased. She saw one of my videos and she decided to purchase a couple of my tutorials, and she emailed me and said she really appreciated all the time that I take, because she knows it takes a lot of time, but for her it saved her so much time in not having to take notes and paste together different videos and figure things out on her own. And then she said all of the photos are a lifesaver. So it was so nice for me to hear, because I do absolutely put my heart and soul into these tutorials. It's a labor of love. I want them to be as easy to follow as possible. So if you go to my blog, SueStampfield.com, you can see all about the fun double joyfold cards and the freestanding double joyfold cards. In fact, I'll show them to you one last time here before we get on to our next Crafternoon. And you'll have an opportunity to purchase that tutorial bundle for $10. Everybody on my team got that tutorial bundle for free. And people who placed an order, like I said, also got that tutorial bundle. And those emails went out earlier today. So I'm going to go back to comments here. And I'm so glad you like the tutorial, Susan. So yes, they are very detailed, aren't they, Mary? Yes, they are. So let's go ahead and get this party started. The other thing I wanted to talk about, in fact, the same kind woman who emailed me about the Crafternoon tutorials, but she had a question about one of the cards and whether extra postage would be needed for mailing that. And so I appreciate that question. I do actually get that. I get that frequently. And so we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to give you some suggestions on what I do for postage. And I'm going to encourage you to maybe do a little mindset shift about postage and look at it from a different perspective, perhaps. So I'm going to go ahead and do I really want to show this desk? Because I got stuff piled up, but I'm afraid if I move it, it'll get hidden because, oh goodness, we all know Susan can lose stuff because that happens every video. All right, let's just look at the mess. We're going to plow through it together, okay? It's creative mess. It's fun mess. So it's better than some other parts of my house that are just not fun mess. All right. I shouldn't say that. I don't live in a hovel, I promise. My camera has got issues. Hold the phone, literally hold the iPhone. Also don't have my light on, so a little dark. That should be a little better. You can see I use a ring light, so apologize for the reflection there. We have all sorts of goodies here, but where are the goodies I wanted to talk about? Oh, they're over my chair. All right, so I'm going to just slide things around a little bit, and let's talk. First up, got stuff poking in. Oh, good heavens. All right. Well, yeah, okay. We're just going messy tonight. That's okay. So these are the Crafternoon projects, and I call this the double joyfold card. A standard joyfold card is a smaller piece that opens, and then the other part of the card opens. But I decided to make it a double joyfold card, which means this piece extends out fully and then opens like this. The advantage to that is this piece kind of serves like a kickstand. So the card will stand for display. It tips forward a tiny bit, but and I know you can't see it because you're up here and it's down there, but now I'm all wonky. There. Okay. Stuff's peeking in. Pretty stuff is peeking in. Stop it. Oh, we had a wild leaf. Hold on. I just give up. All right. It's just fine. It's just going to be on the glue dots trying to get in, join the party. All right. So First up, this was the one that customers who placed a qualifying order got the packet to make this beautiful card with the Leaves of Holly bundle in the mail. And then there's a step-by-step tutorial. There's a video for that. There's a public video showing how to put this card together. I did another version with the texture chic paper, same card actually, just different colors, different paper. I used the beautiful rose gold foil. So kind of your traditional Christmas, your non-traditional Christmas. Again, it fully folds out. I love that rose gold paper. It is such a wow, you guys, such a wow. And I love these gold accents and foil accents. They really take that card to the next level, right? And then what should we go to next? Let's go to another regular double joy fold card. So this one is with the gorgeous Snowflake Vellum, which we are actually going to be creating with again tonight. Sure we will. Yep. And I'll talk about that in a minute. This one is with, so there's two different pattern. Well, there's actually 6 different patterns in the pack, but 3 of them are iridescent, and that's what these are. The rest are flocked, and I'll show you those in a second. And this one features the Twinkling Lights dies, and then the, oh, it was so good to pull that one out of my head, and now I'm going to blank out on this one. All right, help me, guys. I use this Brightest Glow bundle. I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. So that's another of the kind of standard double joy fold. And then my brain went, well, hey, you know, this kickstand idea works, but what if we made it freestanding? Because I know a lot of you like freestanding cards. So that's where I went next. So these are all, by the way, all of these are in the tutorial bundle. There are 6 tutorials, 7 cards, because these 2 are on the same tutorial because they're the same card, just different products. This one is freestanding, so it does fully stand up on your desk unless you set it on other cards. It opens up like this. This is that flocked Snowflake Vellum right there. And this, yeah, sometimes non-traditional colors are kind of fun. And this is that beautiful rose gold foil. When you get that pack of the 12 by 12 rose gold foil, it's hard to say fast. You get the reflective one here, you get the matte finish here, and then you get the hologram. I also use the hologram on the star here. So really, really fun. And in the tutorial, I walk you through you know, everything to make this card step by step, including how I adhered the vellum. And we'll actually be talking about that a little bit tonight too. So that one, this one, actually, I sent this packet to my team members, my Stampfield Stars Divas. Those are my direct team members, those who signed up directly with me and joined my Stampfield Stars family, or they, their person they signed up with is no longer active, and I became their direct team leader. So they all received this packet, and we made it together on our quarterly party night. So we do that by video, and we also do a version in person. So actually 2 different in-person options. So that's that card. Next one we have is that gorgeous Hues of Happiness paper, because, you know, we want this layout works for anything. I got a lot of Christmas going here. I wanted to show another option to be more all occasion. This would be beautiful for anniversary or whatever. Again, this is a freestanding one. So you pull on the side there and it opens up like that. I had so much fun making this. I did another version. Just the outside's the same, but the inside, I just did designer paper instead of the die cuts and a different pattern. So that's in the tutorial as well. And then 2 more, the fun ones, the party cards. And this was going to lead into what I wanted to talk to about postage. So first one, we have this dancing wizard here, this Halloween dancing wizard. Some of you might remember back in early September, I had come back from the Stampin' Up! Leadership Conference, and I'd gotten a swap card from Connie Ingram, demonstrator Connie Ingram, that was a Halloween where she used the Bewitching bundle and had fussy cut the feet, and they danced like this. So I took that idea and I adapted it to the gnomes so they wouldn't have to fussy cut. And so this one is the one I did for Crafternoon. And so in the tutorial bundle, step by step, because what's better than one Halloween wizard. It's 3 Halloween wizards, right? And they all freely dance there, swing back and forth. And then this paper is actually a metallic shimmer paper. The camera is not really doing it justice, but it's glittery and shimmery, which is just perfect for Halloween. So that is one of the other cards. And then in the tutorial bundle, I gave you an option of, in case you don't have the candy cane die, which is what makes the mechanism that makes the feet swing. I have a workaround for you using the gnome nose. And I had my viewers to thank for that. Somebody had commented on one of the videos, and then Sabine from Germany and I were having a conversation about it, and so I decided to add that to the tutorial on how you would use the gnome nose instead of the candy cane dies. The candy cane dies is the easy button, but there is a workaround. So, and then the last card is this one, which is 3 dancing Santas right here. So they just swing back and forth and party. So really fun. Now these, to get the legs to swing, there are dimensionals involved, right? Because if this was pressed down, they wouldn't be loose and they wouldn't be able to swing. So this card and also this one, they are quite thick because of all of those dimensionals on the inside. So if you just did a dancing gnome on the outside, it's going to be a little thick too, right? So you're having fun because you're prepping for a craft show. How fun is that? So on this one, I would put extra postage. And to be honest with you, most of my cards, I put extra postage on. And I know a lot of people have a kind of a mission to mail mail cards using one stamp. But I want to ask you to do a little mind shift on that, because this is not just a card, friends. If I send this card to a friend who's having a birthday, and I made this card specially for them, this is not just a card that I bought at Hallmark. This is a little piece of my heart. This is a piece of art from my heart that I am sending to them to let them know that I really care, just like you do with all of your friends and family. And just think, if you were an artist and you did paintings and you made a painting for a friend on their birthday, what would it cost you to mail that big painting in the frame to your friend for their birthday? It would probably cost a fair amount, but you would do it because it's their birthday gift, right? So to me, I don't get hung up on not putting on 2 stamps or whatever. My main goal is I want that card to get there as beautifully as when it left my house, right? That's my goal. I want them to receive it. And so let's talk a little bit what I do. And most of my cards have embellishments on them, which are lumpy, and the post office will charge extra for that here in the United States. So again, this is the United States. I personally like to use these stamps. These are called non-machinable surcharge stamps. They are 88 cents each, and they will cover, if your card is thick and bulky, they cover that. However, if your card has a boatload of layers on it, I don't know that any of these would qualify, but I do love my layers, and it's quite heavy. In addition to that, you're going to have to add the additional ounce stamp, which I believe is 24 cents. So absolutely, if I'm sending a super fancy card that's got loads of layers and embellishments and ribbon and all sorts of things, I'm going to put both these stamps on there, and I'm also going to write non-machinable on the envelope, because the mail people, they have to handle thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of mail. They may or may not notice that you have a non-machinable stamp on it. So you're also going to want to write on it hand cancel or non-machinable. The other thing that you can do if you have a lot of embellishments and you want to protect it, when you get bubble wrap envelopes in the mail, you can actually cut them apart and save them and use them to protect your artwork when you mail it. You can also use a piece of cardboard. If you have any of our designer series papers, I'm looking to see if I could grab one, because I got some. Oh, here we go. At the back of all the Stampin' Up! Papers, you get this white chipboard. And that is perfect to cut apart and use to protect your cards. Now, again, that might add weight to it. But again, I want it to get there in one piece, right? So that's just my little, that's what I do for postage, in case you're wondering. And sometimes if I don't have the butterfly stamps, that's the non-machinable or the extra ounce, I'll just throw 2 regular ones on it. I just wanted to get there in one piece. And I realize not every, and yes, Lisa, you're absolutely right. You can just put on 2 regular stamps and you are covered. So there we go. There's some postage tips for you. And there are the Crafternoon cards. Again, you can check these out on my blog, SueStampField.com. And it's the new blog post that just went up. And you can purchase this tutorial bundle that has all of these cards, step-by-step photos and instructions for $10. So it's a good deal. And a lot of you really are appreciating those and loving those. And thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate that. I'm going to set those aside. And do I need this one? Wait. We might need to talk about this one. So part of the reason I was late was I couldn't find these dies. They were not at hand. I always have these dies at hand because, oh my gosh, we always end up using them, don't we? These are the Stylish Shapes dies. And right now I can't seem to I almost can't make a card without them. Sometimes I can, but it makes me nervous when they're far from my side. So I'm like, I might need them. I need them. So they were downstairs and I went and got them. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So in the last video, well, let me scroll back farther. 2 videos ago, we made these 3 cards based on Jennifer Walsh's design for this card with the, I call it the No Waste Designer Series paper. Well, No Waste DSP, which is demonstrator talk for designer series paper, because we're all about the acronyms. And so it's a 4x12 piece of designer series paper, scored at 1 inch and folded backwards to make a card. And so if you have a lot of designer series paper, retired or whatever, that is taking up room in your house, oh my gosh, you guys, cut it up into 4x12 strips, get it scored, put it in a shoebox, and the next time you need a card, you can just grab one of those and make a quick and easy card. So we did 3 versions using the Perfectly Penciled Designer Series paper. And this one we stuck an extra, that Delicate Details die on it, because we just had to, right? And then in the last video, and this is one of the project sheets that's going to be coming here this week when I get everything buttoned up for Crafternoon. So in the last video, we played with some new products. And these are not available for customers to purchase yet. It's called Fitting Florets. Right now, demonstrators can pre-order it. Or if you decide to purchase the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit to become a demonstrator, whether it's a hobby demonstrator, a discount diva, that's what most of my people are. They want the discount. You can actually put this in your starter kit. So these are the 4 cards. There were 5. Where's the other card, Susan? That's the one that okay. All right. There were actually 5 cards. I'm going to talk about the last one in a second. So these 3 cards were done with this Fitting Florets paper. And it is beautiful. It comes with 2 stamp sets. One is all occasion. Okay, does anyone notice something different on this card? Yes, I added a ribbon after a video because I had to. It just needed balancing on the one side. So this designer series paper is called Fitting Florets. There's a set of dies. Where are they here? Right here, that are called framed floret dies. And then there's a stamp set called Framed Florets stamp set. So these dies cut out the images in the set, and then there's some fabulous greetings. I love this one, wishes for a beautiful birthday. It's just, you get tired of the same old happy birthday stamps, right? And that one's just a really nice one. The dies also have these fun frames in them. This one actually cuts just little hearts in an oval shape onto the paper. It doesn't actually cut out an oval. It just cuts the hearts in an oval shape. And then you can add the other frame inside it to die cut it if you want. So we're going to do a little playing with this tonight as well, but we're also going to make some adjustments to one of the cards we made Saturday based on your feedback. So this was another one we made also with the texture chic paper. I also added some twine. Somebody in the comments at the end of the video had said, what about gold twine? And I'm like, let me try that. And I liked it. So I did go with gold twine on this one after the fact. Just kind of finished it off for me. So we have those, but one of the cards we made that I got a lot of feedback on was this one. And this one we made with this beautiful hologram, should say iridescent snowflake vellum. And several people commented that when I added the snowflake and this layer, it covered up all those pretty snowflakes behind, and that made them sad. And I thought that was a very valid point. So we're going to rework this one tonight and see what we can do so that we don't cover up those snowflakes. So Bev says, yikes, she better start saving money for all of these fun things. So customers can buy these next month. But if you're interested in saving money, I would suggest the starter kit. I absolutely 100% can tell you it is the best way to go, not only for savings, but to be part of the Stampin' Up! Community. I've been with Stampin' Up! For 25 fabulous years. I've met so many great people, like all of you, and all of my demonstrator team, and it's just been amazing. But when I first got my starter kit, I got it because, and what did I get in my kit? I got a lot of the inks and the papers because I had been paper crafting for quite a while, but I had all this stuff that didn't go together because I'd gotten it at the, the big box craft stores, and Stampin' Up! Had ink and paper that matched with matching markers. And I used to waste so much time in creating my cards just trying to get things that would look nice together. Like I'm really picky about colors. And so when I got my kit, I filled it with inks that matched the paper. I get inks and matching paper and so forth. Now, right now, there's a special on the starter kit, and that is it's 99 bucks. And you get to pick $155 of product to put in that kit. Normally you pick 125, but in October you can pick $155 of product. If you get this whole collection, it's $97.50. And then you could add maybe some of the cardstocks and inks that match this beautiful paper in here or whatnot. So if you have any questions about being a demonstrator, don't hesitate to email me. Or if you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to email me. I'm going to pop up my email real quick. It's pretty easy to remember, Susan@SueStampfield.com. Unless you get confused by the Sue and you call me Sue don't do that. It's Susan@SueStampfield.com, and shoot me an email. I'm happy to answer any questions. But I know I have a lot of demonstrators watching, and let me know in the comments, what's one of your favorite things about being a demonstrator? I like buying stuff first. I love my discount, but I really like the early purchase opportunity a lot, I gotta say. So the other little issue, look, we got some frame. This is one of the dies in here. Isn't that cute? So cute, but it just really wants to join the party. These leaves are also right here and here. Super fun, but not ready for you yet. Go back in your corner. Goodness. All right. So the other little, I don't want to say issue, but the other thing that kind of bothered me a little bit about this card was because it's vellum and it's see-through, you can see my greeting through from the inside. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. In retrospect, I probably should have cut a piece the same size as this and put it there with my greeting. So we're going to kind of address these little extra challenges that you get when using vellum, because holy moly, it's totally worth it. It's gorgeous, right? So we're going to rework this card with the same fold, but do it in such a way that we're all happy with the snowflakes. So you like the inside, having the inside track and knowing about everything first. Yeah, the ability to get it first. Yeah, that's a big one for me. Jean, you've been a 15 years demonstrator. Awesome. Congratulations. Shirley's been 8 years as a hobby demonstrator. Hobby demonstrator usually means usually means they're in it for the discount, but maybe sometimes they'll, if they have a family member that loves paper crafting and wants, they maybe their sister likes to make cards too, they'll place an order for a family member. That's kind of what I consider a hobby demonstrator. There's all levels. Some people are just a discount. Do you that, Lynn? You like the discount the most, and you've been a demonstrator for a little over a year now. Well, hello. And the nice thing about being a demonstrator, there's no age requirement other than you have to be over 18. I won't say the name, but one of my newest team members is 80. Actually, she had her 80th birthday in September, and so there's not, you're not too young, too old, whatever. That is not a factor. So we're going to remake this one, and then I have still sitting here some designer paper with the Fitting Florets designer paper that we didn't use last time, and it's lonely and sad and it needs to be made into a card. So we're going to do that too. So I might even had 2 of them. I think I did. Yep, I do. I don't know if we'll get to all of those tonight though. So let's focus on this first. So I'm stalling because I'm trying to remember where I put it. This is where I cover all the stuff up. The other thing that comes in that collection is the, besides the designer series paper, are these, what are they called? They're called gold adhesive backed swirls, and they're quite low profile, so they're not going to make your cards lumpy for mailing. And then we also have this stamp set, which is for the holidays, framed and festive. This stamp set, the swirls, and the designer paper are limited edition. They'll be available until January 4th unless they sell out before then. Hopefully that makes sense. So customers can start buying this in November. All right, let's go to this card. I carefully, oh, here, I found it. Okay, nobody panic. Nobody panic. So this is what the flocked one looks like. And we're going to use the iridescent snowflakes, but just know that you could do the same card, whatever we create tonight, with the flocking for a different elegant look. And when you flip it over, it's still white on the other side. It's just smooth and not flocked. This one, when you flip it over, is actually kind of silvery, kind of a light gray. So be aware of that. These are actually... these are actually different patterns. This one has some smaller snowflakes with some dots and different snowflakes. These are just snowflakes in kind of a more rigid pattern. Rigid, maybe that's not the right word to use, but do you know what I mean? All right, so I think we used, which one did we use last time? We used this one. Why don't we use this one? Just to be different, right? So let's grab our handy dandy paper trimmer right here. Snowflake Vellum. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. It's kind of hidden in the catalog, so I really appreciate you popping that up for us, Jennifer. It's on page 40 in the mini catalog, and you get 6 12 by 12 sheets in the package in case you were curious. So I'm going to... Merle's been in 20 years and loving that discount. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to raise this up. We're going to do a little scoring here. So we're going to, I'm going to be lazy. I'm not even going to put out the arm. So I'm going to start by sliding it to the 5.5. I almost did the wrong one. I'm going to slide it to the 5.5 inch mark, and I'm going to take my cutting blade out of play. It's going to the top because I super duper don't want to cut this. And then we're going to score this at 5.5 inches. When scoring, I like to, especially with designer paper, I like to just go over it, like pressing lightly multiple times instead of accidentally pressing too hard and tearing it. And then I want to score it at, you can score it at 11. I'm too lazy to open out my arms. So instead, I'm going to slide this end to the 1 inch mark that's over here and score, because that will be the same thing. All right. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, so gorgeous. All right. Let's see if that will hang out right there. So I'm going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Now, vellum is quite stiff, and so you are going to want your bone folder, and you're going to want to give this a good crease. Ooh, look, I grabbed a bone folder that's not too bad. Some of mine are like inky and disgusting. This one's in pretty good shape. So I'm going to crease that really well so that it's nice and flat. And then I'm going to fold this one back. Now, because the vellum is, very lightweight, this card is not going to be overly bulky unless I load it up with embellishments. And I'm not saying I won't do that because I really like to do that. Okay, so there we have that piece folded back. And there we have our card. So again, what we're trying to avoid is covering up so much of that pretty pattern. So one thing, and then the other thing that I'm not crazy about is how you can see that greeting through. So I think the first thing we're going to do is actually do the inside of the card. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to go to this. I should know this measurement by heart by now, but I don't. So I'm going to measure it. It is 4.5 by 3 1/4 for my inside piece. 4.5 by 3 1/4. Please remember that because I gotta cut it. And what did I do with the trimmer? Here it is. We're making this one up on the fly tonight, so I don't really have much pre-cut. And then I did have it cut in the strip. So what did I say? I said 4.5. You're dreaming of snow again. We have a lot of that here in Minnesota. All right. Yeah, that vellum is hard to find in the book. It's like secret. There's several secret things in there. And then 3 inches. All right, 4.5 by 3. And then you know what? I'm going to cut another 4.5 by 3 inch piece. All right, so got those. Awesome. And I have this piece left over, which might be some mold I cut out of. So let's hang on to that as well. So we want to stick down. This piece is going to go on the inside. And then what I'm proposing we do is that we put another one over here on the inside. And that way it's going to make those snowflakes show even more. And it's also going to sort of hide whatever we put on our greeting piece. Hopefully that makes sense. That's my sneaky, tricky plan I've got up my sleeve. So what I have here, let me grab. These are like all my leftover bits. Where's a full one? I see it right here. I got 2 full packs floating around. So these are the adhesive sheets. And these are just literally sheets of stickiness that you can put on the backs of cardstock and then die cut them out with the detail dies or punch them out so that you don't have to be sponging on liquid glue or whatever. However, they also work great to adhere these the vellum because it's invisible and it doesn't show. So I'm going to grab a pair of super sticky scissors. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're covered in goo. So I'm not going to care if they get more goo on them because you will get goo on this. If I use my paper trimmer, it would make my blade sticky and I don't want to do that. Now, if I had like maybe a really dull blade and I didn't care about it, that would be fine. I'm going to cut this at approximately 1 inch. I'm even measuring it, but you totally don't have to because nobody's going to see this. It's going to become invisible. But I am cutting it this way. So we've got the 12-inch side across and the 6-inch a lot. Please clarify measurements on inside piece. You bet, Jennifer Walsh. It is 4.5 by 3 1/4 for that inside piece. And then you can see when I bend this, that these are the backing pieces. So I like to cut it this way because it's easier for me to put it on. If I cut it this way, it doesn't have that join and it's harder to get that paper off. I'm not sure if that makes sense right now, but it will, I think, when I do it here. So I'm just going to cut some random strips here. I like to cut them about 1 inch by 6 just because in my mind, I'm getting more bang for my buck out of this adhesive sheet. How many do I even need? I don't know. Let's do a few. We'll just do a few. Now, the other advantage of putting this panel here is I think whatever I put on the front, I can just stick down with glue dots or dimensionals or whatever, because as long as it's over this, it won't show. All right, so now I've got these 1-inch strips, so I'm going to cut them down so that I can adhere my panels. I could do it this way. Honestly, I could do it this way. You don't need to cover the whole piece. I mean, you don't do that with a tape runner, right? So either one, I'll just do it this way. This will be easier for my brain. So again, I'm not doing any precise measurements other than it's about 1 inch. I'm just sort of cutting it so it's a little bit smaller than the piece. It's super not precise. So those of you that like things really precise, you would want to measure it out and maybe use a cutter where you didn't mind the blade getting sticky. So I've got those. Let's do the same thing over here, and then I'll show you how easy this is to throw on the floor. No, how easy it is to stick on your vellum and have it be totally invisible like magic. Like magic. All right, there we go. Let's start there. So I'm going to take this piece and fold it back. And so that is stickiness there. And I'm going to put that stickiness on the back of my paper and take off the other backing. Now the back side of this is actually going to be the back of the card. So maybe you say, you know what, Susan, I don't care if the adhesive show through the back of the card. Like, my friends are not going to notice that. And that's totally fine. And you could skip this step. It does help if you're on the right side here with the backing. So you can see that little join there. Now, if the adhesive is sticking a little bit, just push that paper back in and it will stick back to itself, or my thumb in this case. All right, there we go. So you don't have to go all the way to the edge. It's pretty forgiving stuff. So I've got this. Before I do the other one, let's go ahead and stick this on. Gosh, I'm making a mess. What a shocker. How are we doing? 4.5 by 3.25. That is correct. Adhesive sheets. Oh, that's a good one. Those are another one that are hard to find. Thank you, Jennifer. Adhesive sheets are on page 127 in the annual catalog. And you can just not, if you have 12 by 12 paper, you can not cut them at all and just put the whole thing on the back of the cardstock and go from there. All right, so you can see that I've got it sticking a little bit to where I cut it. So I'm just pushing that back, push the backing in, and it sticks to itself then and releases. So that's all shiny and sticky. Let's do the same on this side. It looked like I cut it well, I could have cut it wrong. In the last video, I think I did, because we did a layer. So I hope I'm not confusing you. Let me find one. Okay. So I think on this one, the Evening Evergreen was 4.5 by 3.25. And then I did the white piece 1/4 inch smaller than that. This one, I just made it the size of the layer because I wasn't layering it. I hope that makes sense. So this one is, unless I cut it wrong. Oh, I did cut it wrong. You're totally right. Oh my gosh, you guys got to watch me. It is 4.5, but I cut it by 3. Okay, that's all right. I think that looks okay, doesn't it? So I take that back, Jennifer. Apparently I cut it wrong. So this one is going to be 4.5 by 3. And it actually looks okay. The problem is I don't know what size I cut this one. Oh, it's the same. Okay. Let me double, triple check here. 3 inches by 4.5. Sorry, Jennifer, I was wrong. It is 4.5 by 3. Thank you, Mary. Thanks for having my back there. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go to this one, and we're going to add 2 more pieces that I already cut and now lost. Oh, here they are. Nobody panic. They're right here. All right, so I'm peeling off the backing, sticking that on. And then once one end is stuck, I find it a little easier to get the other end off without getting sticky on me. And you can do either the big side or the small side. I actually kind of like doing the small side better first. Don't think it matters though. All right. So the whole advantage of using these is that it absolutely is invisible. There is no weird lumpy lines that you would get with almost any tape runner or with a glue dot or with, you know, anything else that you use. So I'm going to peel this off, which again probably isn't hugely important on the back of the card, but it is pretty important on the front of the card. All right, I need my take your pick tool. I always need my take your pick tool. There it is. This one is in, so the adhesive sheets on this are in the annual catalog, by the way. Jennifer says either will work just fine. You just want to make sure both pieces are the same size. Good point, Jennifer. Good point. All right, so I want this to be exactly over that. So I'm actually going to lay it on top of this one, sticky side up, and I'm going to close the card to adhere. As close as I can. All right. So now it's going to cover up my words that I'll stamp here. Nobody will see those from the outside of the card. And that white gives us a little extra pop on the front there to really make those pretty snowflakes come to life. All right. So now we just need to decide, guys, what I do want a greeting on the front here, but our goal is to not cover up too much. So let's look at some options here. Let's see what stamp sets Susan. I tried to put things away a couple days ago. May or may not have worked. So I do have this pretty stamp set that actually comes with some beautiful snowflake dies that has some nice greetings in it. We could actually do Let It Snow, which is quite small, and we could put that in there. So that would be one option. We could do the Joyful Wishes, which is a little bit bigger. We could do It's a Season of Magic and Wonder. So that one has some good possibilities. I'm going to have you, first of all, help me decide on the stamp set, and then we'll decide on what words we want to do. This one, I'm looking at this one, but it's not quite the look I'm going for. This one I like, but it's too big. It's going to cover up too much of our snowflakes. Sorry, I hit the camera there. My mistake. My apologies for that. Oh, what other fun? We have so many fun choices. Oh, I do love this one. We could do the Hope and Peace stamp set, which had some lovely things in it. I am in love with this Merry Christmas because I love a good Merry Christmas with a pretty font. And on the inside, we could do Peace on Earth, Goodwill to All, or Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So, okay, we're going to narrow down. I've got it narrowed down. I would like your vote. Which stamp set should we use for our greeting? Should we use Joyful Flurry, and you can just put Joyful or J, or should we use Hope and Peace, and you can put H or Hope? Whichever is easier for you to type. If you're on a mobile device, it can be, I find it challenging to have to type very much. So Joyful Flurry or Hope and Peace, which one should we go with for our beautiful snowflake card that we are making? I see a lot of votes for Joyful. I see a lot of votes for both. It's kind of a toss-up here. Let's see. So I have people watching on Facebook and people watching on YouTube, and I'm able to see all of the comments. I realize you guys are only seeing whatever platform you're watching on. Are you allowed to use the new sweet stamp yet? We absolutely could use the new set on this card. However, all of my favorite ones are pretty big on this. We could use Noel. Fa la 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 to me doesn't really fit. Fa la la, actually. The Merry Christmas is actually a little bit small, so I decided not to use it on this card. But good observation, absolutely. Boy, it's like even like totally every time I see a Joyful, I see a Hope. I think there might be a few more votes for Joyful, but it is really, really, really close. Let's try both and we'll see what we see which one looks nicer to us. So I am not happy with how I creased this though. It's a little bit wonky. A little bit wonky. Sometimes you can fix that with good bone folder applications, right? Well, we can always fix everything, right? It just sometimes we have to go through a few more hoops, but everything is fixable in card making, right? Occasionally I throw everything away, but usually let's hope that doesn't happen tonight. There, I fixed it. Kind of. It's better than it was. All right. So for my color, I'm actually just going to go with smoky slate. You absolutely could emboss in silver, but I think the silver would actually look a little flat with this beautiful iridescence. So I'm actually going to go with a soft light gray and see what we think about that. And now I have not, this stamp set, I have not cracked open at all. So we are going to have no label on it. We're just going to go freeform. So it's a season of magic and wonder. Let It Snow, Joyful Wishes were our choices for this one. Let's see how much room Joyful Wishes would cover up. Actually not bad, you guys. Like, would you be okay with that? It's not, there's still a lot of snowflakes going on. So that one is Joyful Wishes. Or if we went with It's a Season of Magic and Wonder, that would be a little bit smaller. We could see more snowflake action. And I kind of think Let It Snow is a little too small, to be honest with you, because it's a pretty light font. And I think that'll get a little bit lost amongst our pretty snowflakes. So should we go with It's a Season of Magic and Wonder or Joyful Wishes? You can do I or J, depending on which one you think you would prefer. Oh, it's okay, Pam. You can always catch up on the replay, and we got a whole other card to do here. So you are good to go. Joyce is still liking the Hope and Peace. So Magic. It's a Season of Magic and Wonder. All right. I got 2 votes for that. Let's do it. So we can put the Joyful Wishes on the inside of the card, right? So, but we'll also try the Hope and Peace here and see what that looks like. Okay. So I got stuff to throw away because it's bugging me. First of all, I want to just see if we even like the smoky slate. I want to make sure that works for us. Now, oh, dirty block. Okay, hold on. I got to get my Stampin' Mist cleaner here. And I got to clean this block because it's gross, you guys. It's got ink all over it. Oh, it's so much better. Okay, it's got a little sticky on it. I think this one needs to have a little Goo Gone bath and get that adhesive off. All right, so I'm not putting the labels on these, which means I'm going to have no idea if I'm straight or not, but it's okay because I'm going to die cut it, right? Totally doesn't matter. We can fix that. All right, so let's stamp this. Let's stamp it upside down. Hey, it did, but it's kind of almost straight. It's a little bit wonky, but kind of almost straight. Let me grab. There are actually dies that come with this set, which I also haven't had a chance to play with yet. Look at all those fun snowflakes. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. So we could die cut this. All right, let's give that a go. I'm going to close up the ink pad, even though I need it again in a minute, because I will put my paper in it. And I'm going to clear some space so we can do a little die cutting here. Hey, Marie, thanks for tuning in. All right. So those of you that voted for Joyful Wishes, no worries. We're going to put that on the inside, okay? So, boy, what a waste of paper. I should have stamped it like, to one side or the other. Hang on. I got all this extra room here. Are you like me? Are you like, well, wait, I could be die cutting something else while I'm doing that. Let's try a couple snowflakes, you guys. Why not? Why the heck wouldn't we, right? Kind of forgot about these dies. They've been sitting there patiently waiting for things to not be hot outside so that I would start thinking about snowy weather again. Because I'm doing words and I really want those straight, I don't want this die to move once I start cranking through. So I'm actually going to stick this down with a handy dandy Post-it note. These guys, if they shift a little bit, not going to be a big deal, right? So let's send that through. And I'm with you. I absolutely love those sentiments in the Hope and Peace set, but I have been using a lot, so it's kind of fun to use something different, right? So let me immediately put my snowflakes back where they belong so that no snowflake gets left behind. All right, there we go. Let's see if this straight. Ooh, it stitches too. Look at that. I didn't even know it did that. It did a little fancy stitching on there. How cute is that? Ah, this one is not interesting. This one is a peek through die. So this is made to not fully cut out. It's made to be, you fold the sides up like that and put a gem or something inside there, actually on your paper that you put maybe your words on. So not using that one. Sorry, it's out of here. But these guys are standalone. All right. Oh, it is a great shape. It's kind of a little bit different, right? So kind of nice to change it up for a bit. Got some bigger snowflakes here. This one also looks like it's a peek through. It doesn't cut all the way. Same with this one. I think the same with that one. And then, oh, you can cut them out all the way if you want to. So I could send it through again. Oh, this is so fun. Look at all the fun things we're figuring out. I think I can. I can cut it out this way by sending it through again. Interesting. All right. I think that's the right one. There's a couple different ones here. Make sure I have the right one. It looks like it fits, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Sorry, got distracted playing with these dies that I hadn't opened yet. All right, focus, Susan, focus. Let's get our card done. But it's so fun to play. Okay, here we go. So we've got our, it's a season of magic and wonder. And, you know, this is going to be one of those cards where they would maybe all look a little different because you would decide which snowflakes you're willing to cover up and which ones you're not, right? So you could, you know, reposition it based on where you want. Like, I really like this one here. That one's pretty there too. So I would maybe sacrifice this snowflake here. It can peek out a little bit, but I might hide that one. So that's probably about where I would put it. I'm a big fan of popping stuff up. You guys know that. And since we have this liner now, I can stick dimensionals on here and you're not going to be able to see them from the inside of the card. However, I do need to find some dimensionals. I see a whole bunch of minis, 3 sheets of minis, which means I probably covered up my big ones because they were here hanging out earlier. Ah, found them. Found them. I could have used minis. That would have been totally fine. Could have done it. All right. Peel these off. Also, by popping this up, it's going to stand out a little bit more than it would otherwise. So I'm going to put it right there. Nice things about vellum is it's a little bit plasticky, so if you need to reposition it, it's easy to pull that back up. And then you could put a little snowflake somewhere around here. You could even put the snowflake, you know, on the paper over one of the sparkly snowflakes like that. That's kind of fun because it doesn't cover anything up, right? Should we do that? Add a little something extra to our snowflakes? I think we should. I think we should. Oh, we had a troll. Oh my goodness. Did you get him, Jennifer, or do you need me to? Oh, yep. Where we go. I'll get him. Black. Okay, they're gone. Thank you for the troll alert, everybody. That's our first troll in a long time. All right, we're going to grab the glue dots, and sometimes they come back, their friends come back. So please let Jennifer or I know if they pop back in. I have it blocked that they can't actually put links in, but they don't know that sometimes, and so they still try. All right, there we go. And we're going to just pop that on right there. And then we'll add this one. And then we're going to get the sparkly stuff out. Again, the glue dots are not going to show because that paper we have behind is going to hide them. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here. All right, and then we can go with some gems. We've got a couple options, as always. I'd love your vote. We can go with the iridescent rhinestones. They're a little pinky, though. We can go with the iridescent pearls, which are more in line with these kind of blue and greenish tones we have here. Or we can go with some color and go with, oh, these were not stored well. I should have put them back in the plastic. Oops, got sequins coming off. These are the adhesive back sequins and gems, and we could use those. So I think we'll 86 these because they're kind of pink. So do you think we should use the pearls or the gems or the sequins? Pearls or sequins? Let me know in the comments. No trolls allowed, just gnomes. That's great, Janine. I love that. Oh, too hilarious. I gotta put that one up. No trolls allowed, just gnomes on this channel. Love it, love it, love it. I'm seeing a lot of votes for pearls. All right, let's go with the pearls. Those of you that are voting for sequins, let's look really quick. Shh, don't tell the pearl people. We're gonna just take a little peek. We're just gonna take a little tiny peek at what that would look like. So if you want a little zip, little teensy tiny, that's not a word, Susan. A little bit of color, you could totally do that. Let's look at what the iridescent pearls look like. They're going to be more your elegance option here. So here is our iridescent pearls. Very elegant, très elegant. All right, there we go. So we got two big ones there. I could even do one of these come in a big and a small. I don't know if we'll like this or not, but we could try a small one on the dot on the eye in Magic. Yeah, that's okay. Are we okay with that? So there we have our card. Now the other thing with this design, totally want to try this. Okay, focus, Susan. Because it's going to give us like a double layer snowflake. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I'll set that aside for a minute. Maybe that has to go on the inside of our card. Okay, so we need something over here. What I've done in the past is white underneath this piece. Let me show you what that would look like. I had a piece of white right here, and then I very strategically completely buried it. Here it is. So that's what the white would look like. That is not bad. I didn't think I would like it, but actually I'm okay with that. I would pull my snowflake so that it's not hidden there, but I think I might want it to be a little bit skinnier, and I still am I'm a little bit wonky here. So let me try something. Because of my crooked score, I was wondering if I could, I don't know, I I think I scored it straight, but then when I used my bone folder, I got it a little bit crookedy. So let me see if I can fix it. Get it straighter if I fold it back this way. Kind of redo it. All right, let's flip it back. I'm the boss of this paper. It's giving me difficulties, so it's being kind of bossy. I almost might cut it so that it is actually completely hidden by the flap. Hang on here. Let's try that and see what we think. So that flap was 1 inch. So I'm going to cut it just a teensy bit less than 1 inch. Let's see what that looks like. So that will hide it, but it will make those snowflakes pop out a little bit, and we can add a ribbon over the top of it. Just looking at my ribbon options here. So Mary had a good suggestion. What about balmy blue? Oops, I grabbed the wrong ribbon. Actually, what would this ribbon look like? Too pink, right? Too pink. Balmy blue cardstock. I think that's going to be a little bluer than we want. We could try silver actually, or smoky slate for that matter. I think that's a little too blue. It's such a pretty blue though, isn't it? This is where I get caught up in the details. Yeah, the smoky slate would be nice as well. So let me just try that real quick. Please know that I have a full folder of scraps of smoky slate, but I'm too lazy to open the drawer, so I grabbed a full sheet. So there we go. Now, if you did do the blue sequins, then yeah, maybe the balmy blue would be the way to go, right? And again, cut it a little bit short so it doesn't show. Okay, let's try that. The gray. I like the white best, so I'm going to make an executive decision here, and we're going to go with the white. So let's just grab that. We're just going to stick that on. I'm going to just grab my sticky scissors here and cut a strip of adhesive sheets. I don't want it to be 1 inch for this. I need it to be shorter than that. There we go. And we'll pop that in. See, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be even. It doesn't matter because it won't show, right? That's the only crucial factors. We don't want it to show. And we'll peel our backing off, and then we'll put a little piece on the top as well. Okay. Stick that right in there. And, ooh, I got it a little far. I don't know if I can get it off. Maybe. Okay. Do over. Whew. Again, that's the advantage of vellum. It's kind of plasticky, so you can get away with that. It would not probably have worked on cardstock. So grab another strip here and just pop the top down, and then we have our card. And I will see if I can resist doing any ribbon. All right. Okay. Got some issue going on with the dogs, but my son is on it and taking care of it. So we can keep going. Yay. there we have our pretty card. Now I'm going to try to hold off on the ribbon, but we do want our inside message, right? So where is our, guess what? I lost that stamp. I had it sitting here. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is. Joyful Wishes. Now this one, I don't want to stamp it upside down though, because yeah, that would not be good. I can't flip it over. I can't die cut it out. So you know what? I'm going to put the sticker on this one. I just can totally see me messing that one up. All right, let's peel the sticker off. We're going to lay the sticker on our block, preferably right side up. Susan, do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Another dirty block. Pretend it's clean. Joyful Wishes is on our block. That's the label for the stamp. We're going to pull off the backing. This, some of you have seen this before. This is my favorite trick to get the labels perfectly positioned on the stamps. Someone's voting for Hope and Peace. It is a beautiful set. All right. And somebody with better eyesight than I have would get this on there perfectly. All right, there we go. Joyful Wishes. Now at least I won't stamp it upside down. Right? Totally could see me doing that, you guys. Totally could. That's okay. We'd fix it, right? We would just stick something over it. Totally would fix it. And then that is a pretty font. It's a very pretty font. I know you hope the Hope and Peace people are not going to like it, but it is a pretty font. And then you absolutely could add some snowflakes inside here. You could add another piece of the vellum, like a different pattern over here, just for a little something, something. Just lay this on here. We're not going to do that right now, but that's what that would look like. So, you know, you have a lot of options. You could put another sentiment over here. So, you know, so many options, right? So many options. So there is our card. I might add a ribbon after the fact. We'll see how I go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this away. You know, y'all know I'm dying to use a snowflake. That might end up on the inside of our card. Okay. So where are we at here? I'm going to go to our other papers here. All right. I'm going to make another card with the new fitting florets. Again, this will be available for customers to purchase in November. Right now, you can purchase it only in the new demonstrator starter kit. So you go in, you select $155 of product, you pay $99 for them, and you can try out what it's like to be a demonstrator and get a discount on everything you purchase and be part of our demonstrator community. And you would have an option to quit at any time, no long-term commitment. It's totally up to you. So I'm stalling because I don't know where I put the flower I was going to use. That's because I put a bunch of stuff on top of it, I'm sure. So let's clear away our gems and our pearls. I love giving you options, but it does mean there's even more stuff on my desk, right? So bear with me while I stall to find that flower. I wanted a flower. It's all right. I got the paper here. We can cut another one out. Just be a little silly because I had it all ready to go. Well, it wouldn't be a Sue Stampfield video if I didn't lose something. So we're right on course. All right. I'm going to grab our... grab some paper. I think we need a frame here. Oh, I found the flower. How about that? Yay. So here is the frame that's been die cut out. Super cute. I guess we should decide. Are we going to do the pink floral or the blue floral? If we're not going to do the pink one, we probably will not use these die cut flowers. So pink or blue, let me know in the comments, please. Show both vellum versions so we can see the changes. Oh, you bet. Let's see here. would require me finding it. Oh yeah, it's right here in front of me. All right, so here it is with also very pretty, but we do have that little oops that you can see the S and Merry Christmas through the front. And then here we have it with the white paper behind and that greeting there and the few snowflakes. So definitely the iridescent snowflakes show off better in the one on the left, but the one on the right is not ugly. I mean, it's still a pretty card, right? So we're all about options here. So you can see it from all sides there. All right, so found it, number 2. Ooh, Nancy's keeping score. All right, I'm at 2 tonight. Okay, wow, that's pretty low for me. All right, let's see what we got here. Pink, blue, pink, pink, blue, 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 pink. So far, they're all canceling. Oh, there's pink and blue. Pink is in the lead by 1 right now. Oh no, Janine is turning this into a drinking game now. I think we're usually most of us are tea drinkers here, so maybe take a drink of tea, Janine, whenever I lose something or when I say found it. Oh, that is so hilarious. Okay, I do want to see what the vellum looks like with the black paper behind. Oh, I missed the whole black paper conversation. Blue, pink, 6 for pink on YouTube. Yeah, I got a couple pink votes coming in from Facebook. Pink. All right, we're going pink, but it's pretty close. We might have to do both of them. I want to cut another frame because I want the inside oval. So which frame should we cut? Should we cut this ornate frame or the more simplistic frame? Let me know. Frame 1 or frame 2, which one you think we should use. And in fact, I'm going to cut them both. And we'll use one on the blue and one on the pink. We're going to make 2 cards. We're going to make everyone happy. Yay. All right. But we're going to be fast because we are way over time. All right. Here we go. Let's pop this in here. Seriously, how did it get to be that time already? All right, I'm popping these in here, and you can still let me know on the pink card which frame we're using. 1 or 2 on the pink card, because we use the other one on the blue card. Plunk. All right, we're going to go with frame 1. Wait, did I get that right? Which one was the simple one? Frame 2 is the simple one. Okay. Cut the snowflake too? Oh yeah, we could do that. Because we're going to cut the flowers, so might as well. Because we don't want to waste the space on our cutting thing here, right? We've got plenty of room for more. All right, so that's what those look like. When you cut the oval, you not only get the frame, but you also get the inside part, which is perfect for sentiments. And then when you cut to the fancy frame, same thing. You get the oval, and it's got a little embossed detail on the edge. Oh, my camera is not showing it very well. I hope you can see that. Little something, little extra, little something. All right, set those aside. I'm just going to grab my die brush here and just, oh, sorry, that's really annoying sound. So sorry. They don't want to come off. Right. You guys all need to come off of here. We have other things to cut. All right. Okay, brush. All right. I'm going to flip it over anyway, but still, didn't want it on there. Didn't want it on there messing things up. All right, so we're going to pop this in. And we're going to use, we'll use these flowers. This is the Blushing Bride color. There's also the, all right, so I'm going to confuse people because I'm going to use 2 completely different die sets. We're going to cut flowers with the fitting, with the framed and, what's it called? Oh, was doing so good at names tonight. Framed Florets dies. And this is die cutting right out of the Designer Series paper. Lost my Post-it notes. Found it. That's number 3. Take a drink of tea, everybody. Or whiskey, or, you know, whatever your choice is. Beverage of choice. All right, we got that down. And then somebody requested, I don't remember who it was now, that I cut the snowflake, which makes me happy because I've been dying to cut the snowflake. All right, let's see if I can fit it on here. No, if I'm going to do this correctly, I almost think you should cut. I'm doing it backwards. I think you should cut the outline first and then cut the, do you know what I'm saying? Make sure I have the right one. Yeah, this one. Actually, I wonder if you can use either. Interesting. I think you could almost use either. How cool would that be? All right, I think you should actually do the outline first and then do the detail on it. I don't know, this one might nip a little bit off, but we're going to give it a try because we're all about experimenting here tonight. That Post-it note is going to get in trouble. Oh, I had 2 on there. Oopsie. All right, let's send it through. How you doing, everyone? Oh, goodness. All right. We are way over time, so if anybody needs to go, and that includes you, Jennifer, that's totally fine. We'll muddle through here. All right, so yeah, I think I might have used the wrong one because I didn't quite. Yeah, I think I was supposed to use the other one. Well, this is how I learn, right? I'm still going to use it though. I'm just going to cut off my extra little bits. Yeah, I should have used the one that I originally had. So we will play with this in a future video, I promise, because I have clearly did that wrong. All right, back to what I was doing. All right, let's stick with the flowers for now. So cute. So cute. Okay, you go back on there. Let's get this out of our way, and let's put our card together. So if I remember correctly, the vote was for the simple frame on the pink version. So there's the simple frame. And we'll put this inside of it and put these, pop these up on dimensionals. Now this to me is a little too bold. It's a little too dark. So we're going to cover this up partially. So we're going to grab I'm way behind on the comments. Oh, Bonnie had a good tip for us. Let me share it. Bonnie's one of my team members. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? So I'm going to cut this and see what Bonnie said. I didn't even read it. I just put it up there. Let's see. Struggling with little pieces sticking in the bottom plate. The day you had a piece of wax paper under it. Ah, good tip. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and pull that down so you can see. I'm just cutting a piece of basic white here that is 3/4 inches by 4. Let's see how that looks, because I want to cover up most of that pattern. That's, ooh, like that. All right, I'm gonna just this little border I'm gonna leave here. Now this could be an embossed piece or whatever. It could be another piece of this paper that's maybe a pink color, or could be even the Blushing Bride would be pretty too, cardstock. I'm going to just use this because we're running out of time. So there you go. And it looks like this is almost empty. Such a sad day when we need to refill the adhesive, but it means we're making lots of cards, right? So that's a win. I'm going to leave just a shade of it on the other side as well. And let's stick this down. This is going to add a little bit of thickness to the paper on the front. as is the frame. Susan did a really bad job of putting that on straight. So I'll cut that off and we'll just deal with having a little bit extra at the bottom. All right, so this one I'm going to adhere down. I'm just going to grab the multi-purpose liquid. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, I'm making a mess. That is a lot. Lake is a mistake. I got some lakes here. Thin line is just fine. I got a little carried away, but we can fix it, can't we? Because we can fix everything. Everything is fixable. All right. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper, of which I have many. Here, I'll use this smoky slate that we ended up not using. And you see how much glue I have on there, you guys? Ooh, way too much glue. I'm gonna scoop that off. I do not want that much glue on there. It will ooze everywhere. All right, all fixed. So this is going to go right on here. And Jennifer, if you're still on, what do we decide our inside piece was? I think it was 3 by 4.5, if I remember correctly. That's what we did last time. But like you said, it doesn't really matter. All right. So we're going to pop this on here. You imagining a 2-part sentiment, putting the first part on the cover-up strip. Oh my gosh. I can't even put on dimensionals tonight. What is going on here? All right, here we go. All right, so I glued the bottom frame flat, and I'm popping up the inside. Do it the other way around if you wanted to, but it would be hard to fit dimensionals on that skinny frame. And then I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of my flower here. And pop that on. And I will probably add ribbon to this. Let's see what the rose gold looks like. Rose gold and white. That's kind of pretty. Let's try it. It might be a little too busy. On the inside here, I'm actually probably going to put a layer on both sides. And I know I just said 4.5 by 3. Actually, Jennifer, I think it was. I think I said 3 1/4, but I think it was wrong. I think I actually did 3. But I'm going to make this one 4.5 by, or 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. Let's see how that looks. Hold on, I'll let me verify it. That pattern is pretty busy, so I'm actually going to cover it up on both sides. Yeah, all right, so I'm using 4 3/4 by 3 1/4 for this one. It's covering up a little bit more, and if you wanted to cover up even more, you could bump that up another inch. Sorry, I didn't mean to close that so loudly, my goodness. All right, and we're going to call it, we won't do the blue one to, how should we do the blue one really, really quick? We could do it really, 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 really quick. Really, really, really. All right. I already got the frame cut, right? It won't take us but a moment. I cannot even see where the seam is, so I'm going to do the same trick I did with the snowflake so that it ends up approximately in the right spot, as even though it's not vellum and it's not going to show, I still want it kind of in the same place. So do that. There we go. So now I can put my inside sentiment there, and I'll finish that up after the fact. I will also probably add a ribbon, either this one, or I might do the iridescent one, or the glittered one, I should say, which I can't find the end of right now. That's okay. I'll do that after the fact. We gotta hurry. Okay. So this one is going to go right here. Glue the gingham down. Add a little white border. Sure, I should. So I'm going to cut this at 1 1/8 inch by 4. And that's going to go under that flat piece. I will show the completely finished cards with the ribbon on them in the next video. They'll also go out in the project sheet email later this week. Again, you can subscribe to that right here. And so I'm just going to have that right in there, and it's going to give us a little border of white. Cut it just a teensy bit too long. It's on, I'm cutting it the full width, even though that will be hidden, because again, that's going to just give my card a little more stability, because it is just designer paper. And this is super going to bug me, so I'm trimming it off. All right, better. All right, so should we stamp our, you know what, I don't know if I want to use the frame. I might save that for another project, and I think I might keep it simple and just go with the oval on this one. Now, am I covering up too much of the flowers, or are we okay with this? I think I'm okay with it. I hope you guys are too. The other option with this card is we could have done this on the outside and had the flowers coming in the side, but so many options, right? We could also do the smaller oval and have our words be a little bit smaller, but I think this will be okay. Let's go with this one. So let me grab that stamp set, which I have now completely buried over here. And I'm going to grab the birthday sentiment again, and we'll pop our greeting on here. And the only question I have is whether I'm going with Evening Evergreen ink or Balmy Blue ink. I'm going to test it out. I think Evening Evergreen would be the way to go. Balmy Blue, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you think we should go with Balmy Blue. Jennifer's, oh, the troll is back. Good job, Jennifer. You got him. Good job. Good shooting. No, there's block user. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them here. An error occurred. Try refreshing the page. All right, well, we're almost done anyway, and then I will boot them off the site here. Okay. I'm just testing this out on a scrap paper to see what it looks like. There is, yeah, I think Evening Evergreen is going to be nice and dark. So let's do it. And we have our wishes for a beautiful birthday. It is Jennifer, it's not letting me block them. I have to refresh my screen, and I don't want to do that because I'm afraid I will lose you guys. So I don't know if you can do it from your end. On my end, it's the 3 dots next to the comment. So let's see here. Or maybe Jennifer already got them, and that's why I can't do it. All right. It is a pretty font. Yeah, I think actually any of you can probably block them. So, all right, we're going to peel these backing pieces off. And pop that on. Wishes for a beautiful birthday. Just nice and simple. And of course, I'll add a few gems, but we're gonna call it a night. This will have a piece of ribbon here. I just haven't decided what that ribbon is going to be exactly yet. And we were busy tonight, weren't we? We made lots of beautiful cards. So thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. I'm going to flip the camera here. Trolls have me a little Discombobulated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everyone. This was fun. I'm glad we got to do a little creating together. Thank you for your help tonight. As always, you always inspire me, and I hope you get some creative inspiration from what we do together, and so that you can come up with ideas for your own supplies and make and send some beautiful cards, because that's what it's all about, sharing kindness by getting those cards in the mail, right, everyone? Take care. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.